Hello, welcome. Today I have another ink sample review for you. This one is by Inkebara and it's called Cinnamon. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to make a swatch of this real quick. And if you're wondering, it is not scented like cinnamon. It is just the name. Alright, let's do some swirls here. All right, let's get the name written on here. All right, that's how that looks so far. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside under a fan. I'll be right back. All right, and here we are with some copy paper. I always like to test these inks out on copy paper because you never know if maybe you're at work or school and you don't have any of your nice papers handy. And you just want to know how this is going to behave on some inexpensive paper. So far it looks pretty good. I'm going to set that aside to dry and then we'll test this out on some HP 32. And HP 32 paper is another type of copy paper, but it is smoother and tends to resist the ink a little bit, so if there are any special effects in the ink, you should be able to see it, or at least most of the time you can see it on this paper. Alright, cinnamon. And if there are any inks that you would like to see me review, leave a suggestion, and if I have it or if I can get it, then we'll do a video. Alright, that's how that looks so far. And then here is some Tomo River paper. And Tomo River paper also has a very smooth surface and typically shows off the different properties of the ink very well. And out of the three that I test on, this one usually does the best. And if you like these videos or if they're helpful to you at all, don't forget to like and subscribe so that way you don't miss anything. And it also helps me out a lot. Alright, there we go. That's how that looks so far. I'm going to check on the swatch and see if it's dry. I'll be right back. Hello, I am back. So here is the swatch I made on the copy paper. And as you can see, it's a really nice even brown color, kind of almost like a honey brown or something that has a little bit of a, maybe like a yellow tone to it. It's very pretty and it worked very well. No feathering, no issues, so that's good. And then here's what it looks like on the HP 32, and immediately you can see it looks like a different color. It's a lot richer and more saturated here, and it's almost a little bit darker. And then on the writing, you can see a lot of shading come out. So this is a really nice one if you want shading and if you have some nicer paper to use. It's a very, very pretty color and much closer to the color of cinnamon on this paper. And then on the Tomo River, it looks even more like cinnamon. You've got a wider range of color up here. And of course, you've got the shading down here. And I like these dark streaks. It almost makes this look like wood on this paper. Of course, in the writing, you're not going to get the streaks, but just in the where the ink's pooled here. But it's a very pretty color and very, very nice for a brown. Lots and lots of shading, which I really like. And then here's how the swatch turned out. And here you see the whole range of colors, that yellowy brown here that gets darker up in here, and you see this lovely halo shading around these ribbons. And then down here in the writing, you can see some really nice shading there. This is a really pretty color, especially if you want a really nice brown that has some good shading. So we'll see if I can find this online and leave a link for you down below. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.